Hi my loves, it's SCILLA and you're welcome back to the channel. Questions to ask at interview. So when most people think about interviews, they're thinking, oh my god, like it's this daunting meeting with some mean people and they're going to ask me all the questions I have no answers to. But you forget that an interview is actually a two-way street. Just as much as they want to hear from you, they want you to hear from them. Just as much as they want to know more about you, they want you to want to know more about them. So I think one of the biggest mistakes you can make is say no when you're asked by an interviewer if you have a question for them. I think you should have at least 2 questions to ask at any interview when you're given the chance to ask. Okay, so these are a couple of questions that I'm going to run through with you that you can potentially ask your interviewer at your pharmacy school interview. It can be a panel interview or MMI, so multiple mini interview stations. So I've got my laptop here, so if I look away, I'm just looking at my laptop. I'm not ignoring you. So the first one would be, in your opinion, what do you think sets this university apart from the rest? This question is just you probing and trying to see if there's anything that the university embodies that you haven't quite found out in your own personal research. Okay, so ask them what do they think, what does the interviewer think sets that university apart from the next university, and this also helps you to make an informed decision of which office to take and which office to reject. Okay, so the second one I think could be you asking about any internship opportunities they have at the university. This will help you gauge what kind of opportunities you can have outside of your academics. So let's say during the summer vacation, if you want to work or to work within that industry, to work within the course you're studying, you know that, oh, there's a scheme you can apply to, you know that they've got that in place for you to apply to if you're interested. And before you ask this question, make sure that you've done your due research and that they don't have this information on the website already, because what you don't want to do is be asking questions they've already answered on their website, because then you'll come across as you haven't done your research. So before you ask this, make sure you've gone onto their website and you found nothing about internships, and then you can ask about this at interview. Okay, but yeah, you don't want to come across as asking questions that you could have found the answers to yourself. We don't want that. Okay, you can also ask about if they've got any research opportunities on the course. If you're studying pharmacy, this is something you might want to do, because one industry that you could go into post-graduation is research. Pharmaceutical companies, most pharmaceutical companies have research labs, have research departments. Most companies, period, in the UK now have research departments, if it's pertaining obviously to pharmacy and things like that. So ask them if they've got any research opportunities that you can partake in, obviously outside of your academics, and just something that you can do in conjunction or as an adjunct to your degree. Okay, if you're interested in branching into the research aspect of pharmacy in the future, it might be worth asking if they've got any research opportunities just to build on your skills and to hone your research skills, really. Okay, and then you can also ask about what the university does to support employment after graduation. Have they got a career hub that you can use? Have they got mentorships? Have they got mentoring schemes where they connect you to, let's say, alumni or people who've graduated from the same course you did? I think it's a good way also for you to gauge how much support you'll have in terms of looking for work when you're done with your degree and when you've graduated. So ask them about any support they've got in terms of helping their graduates to find employment if it does apply to that course. Okay, if you're an international student, you might want to ask them about the percentage of the student population that are international students, because this might help you gauge where you are in terms of the international student to home student ratio, and also in terms of like making friendships, meeting new people and things like that, just so you don't feel like you're the only international student on a course of like full home students. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like if you're moving into the UK for university, you might feel a bit more, I don't know, a bit more comforted if you know that there are more people who've also moved into the UK, or knowing that there are more international students just like you. Because I live here, so that question is not something I would ask. But if you're an international student, I think it might be useful or wise to ask that question, just so you know that you're not alone and that there are many other people who have left their families and left home to study here. And then I think the last question that you could ask is, how do you think I can prepare for university? Just ask the interviewer, in your opinion, what do you think is the best way for me to prepare to come into university? This just shows them that you're looking forward to joining. It just makes them feel like you're ready to implement any advice that they're willing to give you, and better yourself in preparation for starting your course. And I feel like all of these things help to set you apart from the next person. Everybody who's applying to dental school, pharmacy, everybody who's applying has got good grades, so you need to make sure that you've got other things that set you apart from the next student. I always say this, but like, interviews are literally pick me contests. I hate to say it, I hate to put it that way, but that's the truth. Is you telling them why they should let you in over the next candidate. So I think anything you can do to prove yourself to them at interview stage, you should do it. And I think one of those ways is by asking intelligent questions when you're given the chance to do that. So yeah, I hope you found this helpful. I hope you're happy to use some of these questions at interview, and all the best with your interviews. Again, let me know how they go. If you have any questions, email me and you'll drop them in the comment section. I'll do well to reply. It might take a while, but I try to reply. And yes, I'll see you in the next one.